Hey, what's up? We're going to be reacting to Stairway to Heaven. This is a Roblox obby that is apparently like the hardest Roblox obby ever, or at least it's up there as one of the hardest Roblox obbies ever. Um, yeah, I've been playing a lot of like obby stuff recently on the channel, and it's been a lot of fun and all. And I was just kind of curious on like what's some of the hardest stuff in that's been beaten, like the hardest obbies I've ever been beaten. Apparently, this one is actually a bit more recent, 2 months ago. I found a playlist of like the top 150 hardest obbies. So yeah, all these different obbies. I've noticed there's some debates on like, especially top three, like which of these is like the hardest. I'm gonna mainly just do Stair to Heaven because it's like a pretty recent, pretty like very well known like obby kind of deal. And also, if I were to do something like Tower of Impending Doom, that's an hour and a half, and I don't feel like watching all that right now, at least for a video. But yeah, I was just thinking I'm gonna go and just watch this video. I just kind of want to see. I want to see what this is like. I doubt I will ever be able to do something like this, considering I've seen some pretty insane obbies and like no. But hey, it could be interesting. Let's just we'll watch it. If anything, maybe I'll like slow things down just to kind of see like how does crap work. Let's freaking do it. All right, let's see here. There's already a lot happening. What the frick? I want to go like half speed for a sec. So what's happening here? Okay. These look like this is like a bunch of like wraparound stuff. If you're not, it looks like you're doing like wraparounds, but you're going like, yeah, they're like fancy wraparounds. Like that seems kind of odd. Yeah, just like something like that. Okay, okay. It seems like just a lot of like just quick reps and stuff. I think I'm not the best at like knowing these kinds of things, but maybe. I mean, it doesn't seems kind of tight, but not the worst thing ever right now. Okay. Okay. What? Okay, I need to go back to that. What's going on over here? So it's like a jump. It's basically kind of like another route. You just jump and you like move a little bit. What happens after that? Okay. What the? Are you like gliding on like these two parts right here? Is that what's going on here? And then you jump up. Okay. I'm not, again, like, there's probably a lot of like stuff in here that I'm not too knowledgeable about, but like, okay. Already I'm like confused. What's going on? What? There's 4K? I'm going 4K on this. Okay. Seems a lot of like difficult just jumps and like spinning around and whatever. Like wrapping around. Not even wrap around, but you know. Okay, some of those like goofy like I forgot what they're called, but it's like when you're moving up. The ones where you keep moving forward so you don't like fall off. I forget what they're called. They're similar to like, I think they're similar to trusses, something like that. It's been a minute. It's fine. But like either way, you see my like the void video. I was struggling with like stuff like this, so that's fun. Okay. What happened there? Well, let me pause that. Slow it down. Okay, you do that. Are you like stuck between the two, kind of? That way you're falling slowly? Okay. Then you do that? Okay, interesting. That's something, alright. Alright, I see. I guess it's probably like the way, like, when you like flick around a little bit, is like you get your arm stuck in there, it slows it down. That's interesting. Okay. Probably some flick jumping thing right there. I don't know. What? Okay, let's take a slow step. I gotta go like half speed the whole time apparently. Let's see. I'm not even a minute in, by the way. That's crazy. And I'm already like, what? So is it just kind of, yeah, this whole thing? This stuff is fun. A flick off of that. was that like a 360 jump? What was that? Like what? Let's see. Okay. Another jump up. And you're just going straight over here. Oh yeah. Okay, okay. Lots of like flipping around and like whatever. Okay. I'm gonna go back to normal. Okay. Seems like more like... Yeah, this seems not like... This is probably one of the things where it gets harder as it goes on. Oh, that's a thing. That's like above the ground. Okay. Interesting. Okay, these seem just like just tight, a lot of tight wraps and stuff. Plus some goofy like flippy dippy stuff. Okay. Yeah. Is that like what is that about? Just is it like something like that? You're trying to get around? Cause I get like you only go up or down, but like you can do that to like go. Okay. I'm not fully getting it, but it's probably okay. You know, it's not a big deal. Probably a lot of strats and stuff I'm not too familiar with, which is why I'm like a little confused about some things, but like, I don't know. It also just seems nuts, you know, like a lot of crazy things. Okay. Seems like a lot of this seems easy to understand at least, just difficult. Yeah, like the wrap around and like the spin. Okay. What is that about? Okay, wait. Let me go back to that. Let's see here. So you're doing some goofy wraps. You get stuck on there. You're on there. Okay. I assume that's slightly, like, sloped there. Also, is this music copyrighted? Hold on. I mean, it doesn't say it's copyrighted, but, like, if it's copyrighted, whatever. That's an easy fix. It's just, you know. Okay. And a lot of this seems pretty tough. But, like, it doesn't seem like the absolute worst. Is that a wall hop? I think that was a wall hop thing. Not, again, I'm not... Yeah, the wall hopping. That's the thing I couldn't figure out, like, in the first Eternal Towers of Hell video. Let's see... Okay. Just seems like some tight, like, shenanigans with that. Yeah, that whole getting stuck between the walls thing, that's interesting. Okay. Oh, that's... I want to see that jump again. That jump seems a little... That's a scary looking jump. At least I like the way like the edge is right there. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, more of this thing. What is up with that? What is it? Like, this stuff is kind of interesting, like getting stuck. Okay. How the frick? I need to look at that again. Okay. Was that some sort of like, probably just some, like a timed jump or something like that. That was weird. Yeah, go back on that. What the frick? Okay, so like you can barely... Oop. Go back in. So it's like just freaking... Okay. Yeah, I don't like how that, like, the whatever. Yeah, that's scary. Okay. Goodness. This is... We're 3 minutes in, guys. Crazy. Okay. Ooh, that's scary looking. Like a scary rap kind of deal. Okay. Is that like a... It almost looks like a head hitter type of thing, except you gotta climb on that. That's interesting. Alright. Oh, jeez, okay. I didn't even realize there was like a thing up there. You couldn't even see it, because it's like on the floor. Okay. That's pretty much a head... That's actually kind of a scary, like, head hitter type thing. Well, that seems kind of far back. Jeez. Goodness. Alright. And I know it's one of those things that's probably very easy to, like, because I assume you fall off at any point, like, during these, like, little sections, and you're back down to the beginning. Because that's just how these things are. Okay. Okay, keep on more like whatevers. This is see like it's. I mean, I'm not even. I'm like a quarter in, like barely a third into this, so it's probably gonna get harder. It's just like so far, it doesn't seem like the absolute worst thing ever. I still wouldn't be able to do it, at least not for a while. But like, it'll probably get harder as it goes. Go back on that. What just happened there? Okay, it's just more. It's just more like getting stuck, like the stuck between the wall thing. Got it. Okay. We got some heavy metal. Gotta love it. Okay. Break. I see. How much of a break is this gonna be though? Alright. Ugh. That's a scary looking wrap. Let me go back on that one. Yoink. Yeah, going around that like corner sticking out. Let me slow it down again. Slow it down again. So it's like doing that. Yeah, there's like that corner that sticks out, and then hopping on that. That's a little scary world. Scary world. Okay. Yeah, it just seems like pretty more it just looks difficult. What was that wrap? What was that wraparound thing? Hold on. Go like I keep going pausing half speed. I just need to take all this in. What's going on here? What's going on with this jump here? That's a scary jump. What in the world? That is a thing. That's scary looking. Yeah. Okay. More like scary looking wraps. Okay. What's happening here? Looks like a setup. Looks like you're setting it up and then okay, yeah. What is it? Okay, I see. See, so it's like I guess set up the jump to land that, and then you gotta like do a wraparound while jumping off of that. Like, dude, that is something. That's scary. That's the one way to describe it. This is scary. Oh goodness. Yeah, more like this. Like, dang, dude, this is crazy. Goodness. Okay. And I'm struggling with, and I was struggling with stuff like Tower of Heck and all that. Like, what is this about? What is happening here? What? I need to go back on that. So you're going under this thing. It's like slightly slanted. So I assume it's probably really easy to fall off. I guess it's just constantly like... Let me check the keycaps thing. Okay, it's constant jumping W. Okay. I should probably pay attention to like this over here as well. Okay. I'm also noticing a lot of like swapping between like a lot of like turning on off shift lock throughout the thing. What just happened there? Sorry, I got distracted. What are you doing at? How does third time? How does that work? Someone explain that to me. Like you're going up the thing. Is it more like is it more of like related to like the because I think there's like a thing. No, there's no way you could get... Maybe, like... Is there more like getting stuck between the two walls thing I can do in something with that? How does that work? This is interesting, though, I gotta say. Okay. What? Looks like you're... I also probably can't tell what's going on because, like, looking down a lot, which is probably not a bad thing for stuff like this. But, like, dang. What was that? Like a slide. Okay. Huh. I guess, interesting. So I guess it is, like, relating to, like, being slightly stuck between the two and then, like, moving forward? I don't fully get it, but I'm sure it's fine. Yeah, more of like shaking this and stuff to move around. Jeez, okay. My goodness. Alright, more silly stuff with that. Okay. What is this about to... Okay. I'm like... I'm not even sure where we're supposed to go from here, but like, you know? Oh, so you jump from that to a ball. That looks like a... That looks like a not very fun jump to deal with. Like, what is that about? Okay. Walking out this music, though. My goodness. Dang. Okay. What are you getting hit on? Is there like a thing up there? It might just be like some related like a platform up there then. Huh. I feel like I'm not the best person to like commentate about some of this because I don't know half the stuff that's going on, but like it's fine. I'm just here to witness the insanity. Also, it's like what it's just like it's crazy. And then like whatever's going on with that. I guess it's like platform above. It's like you're barely hanging onto the ledge here kind of deal. It looks so like, it's scary looking. But like, I think I get it, kind of. Jeez. Okay. How far are we into this? Okay, we're a little over halfway. You know, we're doing something with this. Okay. Just some more really weird jumps and stuff. Like, this is odd. Like, the way, like, the gameplay is. It's like, it's just a little weird. But I'm also not used to seeing stuff like this. Like, I've seen some difficult, like, obvious stuff, like spots, like, here or there. I just haven't watched a whole ton of, like, full-on, like, really hard completion stuff. Like, the whole thing kind of deal. Alright, it looks like just some more, like, really hard wraparound things. But yeah, it's like I've seen snippets and stuff of like some really difficult obbies and like some of the difficult stuff in them. But it's just like actually sitting down and watching like a full thing, like my goodness. I'm gonna go back here, like what is this? That wrap looks nuts. In fact, with all those that's a lot of corners. I assume if you hit one of those corners, like your jump is ruined and you're falling right down. Like, it's just like what? It's just kind of how do you think how do you go about doing this with all of the nerves and everything? Like, how does, like, yeah, look at all these corners. Like, I assume if you hit one of those, like, oh, your run's dead, basically, which is insane. I'm like, this is like, this looks so stressful. What was that shimmy, what was that shimmy? Woo! Let me just, I'm gonna half speed that again. In fact, you know what? Let's go. We like. In fact, I'll do you one better. Let's freaking go like 0.5, because I need to see what just happened there. Okay, so it looks like, yeah, all these corner bits right here, which I assume would instantly, like, ruin your jump. So is it just... Ew! Ew! What kind of crap is that? Okay. So it's basically, yeah, it is just avoiding the corners and just doing woo 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 kind of deal. That's... Dang! That looks insane. Okay. That's like something. That is a thing. That probably, like, the precision you need. Precision plus nerves. Like, I assume it's not just a woo. It's more of a, like, a controlled, like, woo 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 woo. You know, you look at my mouse, like, woo 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 woo. But, like, yeah. That's... Jeez. Louise. Okay, more of this, like, mechanic thing. Which looks... I think this is similar to the stuff I was doing, like, I was seeing, like, Devoid. Where it's just kind of the constant, like, moving forward to make sure I don't freaking die. Something like that. Just harder, I guess. Like, I don't freaking know, dude. Like, this is just... wow. Okay. Goodness. Wait, what? I like... I like spaced out for a sec. What was that? Okay, seems like more like rap stuff. Okay. Yep. My goodness. Okay, more like weird stuff with like the moving up. Yeah, I think it's like like something above you, like the platform above you or whatever. At least going off of like, I don't know. I'm not sure how you're going up like that, but you know, it's fine. I'm sure it makes more sense, like when you figure it out. I'm sure if it's explained by someone who knows what they're talking about, I'm sure it's not like that hard to understand. Okay, all right. This just seems like a bunch of like weird slanted stuff. Okay. Okay. More, like, I'm probably, like, going by these kind of quickly, actually, now that I think about it. Like, some of these jumps are probably, like, really, like, weird. It's just hard for me to comprehend. Because it's just so, like, oh my goodness. Like, wait, let me go back on. What is... Those are, like, okay, so it's like some wall hop. Like, some tricky wall hop stuff right there, I guess. Interesting. I cannot imagine doing this without checkpoints, dude. Because again, this is no checkpoints. You fall off, like, you're done. Okay. What happened there? What was the camera? What was the camera? I guess it was like a... Was that like a flick jump or something? That might have been like a... Maybe that was a flick jump? It's like flick, like, around and then turning right back around to land on that. That seems... Again, it seems like it's really... It's probably just really freaking precise. Okay. Oh my goodness. Alright. Go off, I guess. Uh-huh. Just, yeah, more like... They just seem like really, like... Yeah, more of those weird, like, wraparounds where you don't hit the corners. Like, those are, like... Those seem kind of nuts. Like... That seems like a lot of crazy stuff right there. I'm kind of seeing why this is, like, so hard. Because, like, this just looks... I'm not even, like, understanding half of this crap. And, like, the crap I can't understand, I'm like, oh, that's pretty rough. What was that? What was that? I can't tell if I'm, like, overreacting to this. I mean, it's the hardest hobby, so I don't know if it's, like, overreaction or if I just don't get it. I feel like it looks insane. So, like, you're on there. You're climbing up. You gotta get over that. I guess some sort of weird, like, shift lock jump thing you gotta do there? Because that did not seem like a flick jump. Or maybe it is. I don't know. It's not like... The camera didn't seem like... to, like, you know, flick. But, like... You know, really tight, like, jumps with wraps and everything. Okay. More, like, stuff with this. Which, like, yeah, that's just... I'm like, on one hand, it's like, a part of me is kind of like, it doesn't look like the hardest thing ever, but like, at the same time, I'm like, I'm also kind of like, I know I probably could not do this. But it's also kind of like, yeah, it's probably just me, like, I feel like I'm slightly underestimating some stuff. Because, like, maybe, like, a lot of the stuff is, like, actually, like, there's probably, like, a lot of the stuff actually is, like, really, like, freaking, like, some of these wraparounds and stuff are actually, like, insane. It's just that, yeah, these people make it look so easy, you know? These pros, man. Crazy. No, it's the stairway. No way. Oh hey, it's the stairway to heaven, guys. That's crazy. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we go to Stairway. That's a scary looking jump. It's intimidating. These are, ooh. Oh, I hate these jumps. These are, wow. I'm just watching this and I'm already like, oh, I'm feeling like tensing up here with these things. These are, what is going on? Oh my god. What's going on here? Goodness. So it's yeah. At this point, like, yeah, I see why this is so hard. I'm like, I get it now. I get it. I think I get it at least. It sure looks ridiculous, you know? I can see why only one person has done this, and this is like, one person's actually beaten it. That's a scary jump right here, dude. Because like, I think this was like an obby that's been made for like a while, and it just hasn't been beaten until like, you know, recently. Because like, I think this was like out for like 2 years, 3 years, maybe a little more, like something like that. Maybe a little bit less than, I'm not actually too sure, but like, it's been out for a while. And people have been like pretty like, for a little while, we're like really persistent on trying to beat it, so. Is this the last jump? Well, that last wrap looks, I mean, especially with the nerves and everything, that's scary, dude. Dang. And that's it. Wow. Light work, no reaction, that's crazy. Let's see, what is this? You're kicked from this experience. Moderation message. Admin's been attempt. Notify of your exploit attempt. That's crazy. Wow, that's... Goodness. Yeah, that looks insane. I'm like... I feel like I don't get like half of the reason why. Because like, I feel like there's some stuff where it's like, okay, it doesn't seem like the worst thing, but it's also going like, oh. If, like, Is there in the description, like the game? It is. You know what? Why not? Let's open the game. Alright, so we got the people over here. We got Boom, the guy who did this freaking obby, so shout outs. I can't even do that part. Okay. This first jump alone is already like, wait, what? Okay, already I'm like starting to regret my decision here. What am I doing here? Is this... Okay, so it's like a wrap with like an extra thing. Golly. Yeah, no, I'm definitely underestimating some stuff then, because like, I'm not even able to do this first jump. So it's just a really, it is like a precise, like starting off with a precise freaking wraparound. Like, you can't really flick it, you gotta like, what? You know what, maybe not. Maybe, is there another way to get up here? I don't want to do this. I don't think. I can't even do the first jump. I'm not doing this. Nope, bye. No. Yeah, I don't know. That's freaking nuts. I think I'm definitely underestimating, like, some of the stuff here. So I say it doesn't seem like the worst thing ever, and I'm like, okay, I can't even do the first jump. Like, I'm sure I could do it with some, like, time, but, like, no thanks. But, yeah, that is Stairway to Heaven. That's, like, jeez. And that's, like a shorter thing, because, like, I mean, that's like 4 minutes. But, like, we got freaking Tower of Impending Doom. That's an hour. Like, the video's at hour 20 minutes. Citadel of Infinite Void, 50 minutes. That's like 20 minutes, but, like, you know? I'm like, this isn't even, like, the longest thing ever. And, like, jeez. I almost kind of want to check out Tower of Impending Doom, but that's, like, an hour and a half, and I'm not gonna, like... Especially since this was, well, I spent well over... I recorded for over half an hour. And, like, pretty much all of it was on the video, which is only 12 minutes. Like, I'm going to be there for, like, 3 to 4 hours if I'm, like, trying to look at everything. But, like, my goodness, that's actually, like, insane. Go check out Boom over here. Boom Sessuck? Is that how you say that? I don't know. Really cool. Really crazy. This is something I don't think I can ever do. Even with, like, practically. That's, oh, goodness. But, yeah, no, that's pretty nuts, though. That's cool. It looks cool, though. I will say. But, yeah. I think with that, I'm going to leave this off here. This was just... I don't know, I thought this would be an interesting idea. I know one person in my comments was like, hey, you should like react to some of these hard obby stuff. If people want me to, I could react to some other hard stuff. Like, I know there's some stuff with like Eternal Towers of Hell, the Pit of Misery. That's like a very infamous area. But yeah, Power Spiraling Face. We got the Citadel Infinite Void kind of deal. These two freak things. I know Back There Benjamin was an obby that was like regarded as like the hardest for a while. And yeah, there's obviously Tower of Impending Doom, which like yeah. So I don't know if you guys want me to react to more really tricky obbies, like let me know, I guess, because like I'd be down. I don't know what I'm talking about half the time, but like it's pretty cool to see. Um, but yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and leave this off here though. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.